Hello Internet friends. We're flying machines. It's the old dropship model by the Cosmic Prophet. It's an FPS creator model that has probably been made around 2009, 2010 maybe. Now it's flying around in Unreal Engine 5. Neat, huh? Yes, I have changed the player model by this model by Maxim Bugrimov. I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. But it's a bit bulky for my camera position, so you can sometimes see the model clip into the camera when I'm in first person. I will change that later. Here we have the first AI NPC. It's not an enemy, it's an NPC. In Spectre. It's a rat. And he's on his way. Cute, isn't he? You can see the fog from the jungle in the background. Yes, the player model is clipping through the camera, but it's difficult to decide on a permanent player model for your character. I probably have to make one myself eventually. This rat is clipping through the floor, which I need to fix later. As you can see, there is a little bit more detail everywhere. We are now entering the city, which I think is the most interesting part of this level. The flying machines you see overhead are respawning. Let's look around here. Yes, the flying machines are respawning, but they are doing so in a very low interval. I didn't want to have too much traffic here because this is supposed to be a city that is very far out in the exclusion zone. So there's not that much traffic. It's not a mega city, it's a small outskirts type of town. I always like to think that Yanta is the size of Luxembourg City. And we're here. Whoop. These kind of traversal features are making running around a lot more fun than if you can't do it. Here we have Lafayette's Cybertruck. Great model, really. And we can climb it. So yes, there's a lot more to see. If you are wondering why I sometimes reference another video, there was an earlier development log where can't speak English today, I'm sorry. There was another development log where I was showing the very early version of this map, but it's not listed. This here, however, I believe I can show a larger audience. still early. It's still very janky, but it's getting there. It's already a lot better than I expected it to be by this point. I'm still very new to Unreal Engine. Here we have Uncle Ming, who sells contraband here. You can't talk to him yet. That will be the next feature, will be dialogues with NPCs. You can probably recognize a few classic models here. He makes a living selling all kinds of things, and alcohol and porn and magazines. Oh, let's put that away. Guns will be shown in another video. I wanted to show you the player body better. Here you go. That's why I chose this model, because it does look good when you look down, but he is a bit bulky. Not really what I wanted for the Spectre. Yep, he sells contraband at night. That's how he makes his living. Yeah, I was going to say, the guns will be shown once they are polished in another update. Because I know that if I don't show them in a very good state, that my good friend Boxy will tell me how much better they would be in the Source engine, and I'm trying to avoid that. Love you, buddy, but your devotion to the Source engine borders on religious. And you know it. So yes, everything is a bit more detailed, looks a bit better. I think the atmosphere comes across just nice. I also just love that fog in the background, it's really cool. The swimming feature ain't great, but it's there, and that's all that matters. It looks a lot better in first person too. I have not yet changed the underwater post-processing effect. I will need something better than this. But that's not that important right now. Foliage looking really cool, I believe. Let's check out the view from up here. Some old scrap from the war. I can now really detail these forests too. Check out the view. And I forgot to add collision, and I'm dead. Oh, I didn't. Not sure if you saw it, but there was another ship. Also a model by Cosmic Prophet. First thing I did after making this video was add collision to these rocks. Ah well. If you stick around till the end, I have a few more interesting features that I would like to show you. Thanks for being here, by the way. Thanks for having an interest in my project. The little shantytown also feels a lot more real than the Game Guru version did. Let's check out the Bar Emerald. There are no sound effects yet, really. I will do that much later, because I want to have a really immersive soundscape. You know, dogs barking in the background, flies, the jungle birds, maybe some music coming out of a building. There's a lot you can do in this engine, and I want to take full I want to take to really use the features that I have. Now in the Biome world, where you can see some of my paintings. Oh, and I forgot to swap this mesh. There isn't supposed to be a mannequin standing behind the counter, of course. How's it going, buddy? Whiskey, neat. This is the hideout for the Alliance, where you get your first mission. Yeah. We're not taking weapons yet. That's Lieutenant Strakov. She's just looping an idle animation. She has no function yet either. It's a much bigger map, and it takes a while to detail everything, and to later put gameplay in will be a lengthy process, because I want the player to be able to pick up certain items. There will be a chemistry system. It will be a lot more geared towards being an immersive sim than just a shooter. I love this tree. Very majestic. Here's a little religious shrine with this fountain here. Many areas in all the levels that the player can explore. There will be things to interact with later too. It's not going to be just a static level that looks good, because there are too many walking simulators out there already, and this is supposed to be a real game. I also like how the bar feels. It's very run down and dirty. You probably recognize a lot of FPS creator models, a lot of my own models and Game Guru models from other games. And it's always interesting to see them in this engine. Okay, now I'm going to show you something special. And then the tour is completed. I will also cease working on this map after this presentation is uploaded, simply because this is the first level, and the first level of your game should really be solid, rock solid, so that while I develop the other levels I will learn new skills, I will get better at things, do things differently, and then I will go back to this level and polish it up. So it's really nice. Right now it's a bit janky, it's a bit amateur hour still, but there's a lot that can be improved. I'm already starting to see what really can be done in this engine, and you can actually work pretty fast. Not as fast as making a small game in FPS Creator or something, of course, but it's a lot quicker than you think working in Unreal Engine 5. A lot quicker than Unity, at least in my humble opinion. Let's go back to the city. Let's take out Aaron AI's old katana. You can't tell that it's a model from 2007. Overall, very happy with how the game looks. It's very similar to the Game Guru version, but runs way faster. It's rendered way clearer. Has much more detail. There's just so much more you can do here than you can do in Game Guru. If you have the patience and the dedication to do it. Let's check out this corner too. You probably remember, if you tested my alpha versions of Spectre, that there was a point where you used a motorcycle to get around and it just played a sound and teleported you to another place. Well, now, thanks to this awesome controller, you can actually drive vehicles. Look at this. Come on, this is cool. Oh yeah. Let's take it for a spin. And that's how I end this version of the devlog.